EU says it still wants US trade deal. We have had years to discuss our trading relationship with the European Union, and we have concluded we must move away from this long-term, large and persistent trade deficits engendered by your tariff and non-tariff policies and trade barriers. Trump wrote in the letter to the EU. Our relationship has been, unfortunately, far from reciprocal. The letter come in the midst of an comes came. The letter came in the midst of an on and off Trump threat to impose tariffs on the countries and right an imbalance in trade. Trump in April imposed tariffs on dozens of countries before pausing them for 90 days to negotiate individual deals. European Union Commission President Ursula von der Leyen responded by noting the bloc's commitment to dialogue, stability, and constructive transatlantic partnership. At the same time, we will take all necessary steps to safeguard EU's interests, including the adoption of proportionate countermeasures if required, von der Leyen said in a statement. Von der Leyen added that the EU remains committed to continuing negotiations with the US and coming to an agreement before August 1. Trade ministers from EU countries are scheduled to meet Monday to discuss the trade relations with the ES as well as with China. European leaders joined von der Leyen in urging Trump to give negotiations more time and warning of possible new tariffs on Washington. With European unity, it is more than ever up to the Commission to assert the Union's determination to resolutely defend European interests, French President Emmanuel Macron said in a statement posted on X. European leader had held up how sorry European leader had held out hope that they would avoid receiving a letter and that a deal would be worked out. The bloc collectively sells more to the US than any other country. US goods import from the EU topped $553 billion in 2022, according to the Office of the US Trade Representative. Europe's biggest export to the US were pharmaceuticals, crafts, aircrafts, chemical, medical instruments, and spirits. Trump has complained about the EU's €198 billion trade surplus in goods, which shows Americans buy more Europe than the other way around. However, American companies fill some of these gaps by outselling the EU when it comes to services such as cloud computing, bookings, and legal and financial services. With the reciprocal tariffs, Trump is effectively blowing up the rules governing world trade. For decades, the United States and most other countries abided by tariff rates set through a series of complex negotiations known as the Uruguay, Uruguay, Uruguay round. Countries could set their own tariff, but under the most favorable nation approach. They couldn't charge one country more than they charge another.